Good. How are you? How's
I
everything?
am good. Everything's great. Just coming off Cantu's first event. And that went great. So I'm back in Charlotte, North Carolina now.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to dive into that too. I know Cantu generally has done so much in the marketing space and the social space with influencers. Today is all about TikTok, although we'll
Yeah.
lean into everything as a whole because I feel like there's so much to say and there's such a strategy behind the way brands and marketers are leaning into that platform that kind of their strategies have to do with what they've done in the past across other platforms, perhaps, and
Yeah.
then really thinking about what the platform lends itself to do. So I want to start just by talking high level a little bit about your role and give the audience some background into your experiences in social. I think your entire career has really been digital, if I'm not mistaken, both on the professional side
Yes.
and personally. So tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that.
Yeah. So I am Cantu's head of community and communications, all pretty much community facing. Our PR team, our social team. I kind of manage all of our agency partners. We work with a few agency partners there just to make sure our voice stays the same across global channels. And we're working with the right teams and influencers to make sure we're storytelling and educating on our products and how to use them for naturally curly, coily, and wavy hair. And yeah, I started with Cantu. Oh wow, it's been a while. So I started with them as an influencer. Started with the brand as an influencer, work with them. Then I became a national ambassador. So I would go all over the world educating women about the Cantu products, on how to use the products for their hair type, their textures, getting their stories, and making sure that they feel beautiful from the outside.
I love that.
And it was great, and the team loved me. I was very educated. I'm very educated on this product because it's something I've used since I went natural in college. And I just became so obsessed with it. I loved it. My hair loved it. And after a while, they're like, yeah, can you just come on over on this side and work for us? So now that's where I am now, started with the brand. And it's been great. I'm learning a lot. I've helped them create a lot of amazing content, work with a lot of great content creators, and we have so many things coming next year that I wish I could share, but you have to stay tuned and make sure you follow us.
That's so exciting. You guys have had such an experience in leaning into, I mean, you kind of said it, it's like the blueprint, working with an influencer in one way and then bringing them in-house to not only like have sort of like the inside scoop when it comes to what do people want on the other side, what do talent want, what do their audiences want, and all of that, to not only have that expertise, but to just like be able to lean into and kind of have like a mini I wouldn't say focus group, but like a mini insider, like on the brand
Right,
side, you know what I mean? To like
right.
learn. And I'm sure that not only from a social standpoint, did you help them create certain ideas or like bring certain ideas to life, but you were probably able to lean into some of the insights that you had personally, like the way engagement
Yeah,
works, the way content works.
yeah, from new product development, I test product, I let them know what works, what's trending,
Oh,
what's
wow.
not trending, what we should jump into, what may be coming but is not there bubbling up yet. So I get to do so much around the brand and storytelling. Just storytelling, the brand becoming a lifestyle and just a part of your everyday life is what like I preach and love to do. And it's so excited about helping Cantu get to that point and be authentic and have a very authentic, true voice in the community.
I love that. I mean, you're speaking on behalf of me and everyone around us, so no pressure.
Yes.
Huge fans in general, so that's super exciting.
Thank
Let's talk a
you.
little bit about, okay, TikTok. What has been the company's sort of excitement or eagerness to lean in? Was it an easy road? Was it a no-brainer? Like, let's lean into it. What has that process kind of been like with you and your teams?
Yeah, so our Cantu team is very lean and mean. We're lean, but we get tons of work done. And when it comes to new platforms, sometimes we don't like to jump straight into it. We like to research, we like to learn, we like to test, we like to test a lot and get a lot of research back just to see what's working, who we're hitting, what audiences are there. And that's what we kind of did with TikTok. Instead of jumping straight into it, we knew it was a younger audience there that we wanted to tap into. Our our audience kind of grew with the brand. Like me, I started using the brand when I was in college, and now I'm 35. So we've kind of grown with the brand, and we wanted to basically understand that younger generation and meet them where they were. And we felt like TikTok was a place. So we tested, we worked with influential and did some tests and tested over there, and just saw that it was there. It was eager to learn more about their hair types, about their hair struggles. And we're so excited to take a deeper dive into it in 2022.
Yeah, it's so funny because Cantu is a brand that is definitely around, right? Like you're
Mhm.
online, you're in stores, you have a massive appeal. And even if the presence from a brand perspective was limited on the platform, people were still talking about you and like leaning into
Yes.
it and mentioning Cantu's name in different ways. What does that process look like, and what kind of insights even have you gained in thinking about what people are talking about on TikTok, and I want to say social as a whole, because the one thing about, I think, Cantu's audience, thankfully, is that community is engaged. They talk to
Yes.
you, and then from a brand perspective, it sounds like you guys are speaking right back to them. So what is that? What did that look like on TikTok?
Yeah, a lot of conversation, a lot of education too, because Cantu, we're all about educating and how to create these different looks and these different styles, how to use the products together, how to cocktail the products together.
Definitely.
And our audiences, even on TikTok, taught us new things about, ways they use products together. And then a lot about the storytelling, about learning about Cantu from a cousin or aunt or uncle or family member who kind of brought them in, and knowing that they kind of started with Cantu. So Cantu is always that product you kind of start with. You may
Yeah.
try other things, but it's like your holy grail. You know it's going to work. You know you can always go back to it. And just kind of reintroducing them to Cantu, to what they started with on their natural hair journey. That was always cool. So we definitely saw some of that. We saw some really cool challenges that women were already doing without us kind of, feeding it to them and having the platform, having our page kind of set up. They were into those challenges, into, styling the hair and coming up with very unique styles and out of the box styles using the Cantu product. Great feedback as well. I love going to TikTok, even just, as my personal page, and just looking and getting that feedback, good feedback, bad feedback. We like it all. We want it all to look internally and figure out how to make the brand better and how to make the products better. So a lot of information, a lot of education, a lot of, I like to call it edutainment. One of my, I know we'll probably get to this, but Kimberly Sherrill is one of like my favorite TikTokers when it comes to hair, because she makes it funny, she makes it fun. It's hair. I always say, like, we are doing brain surgery or open heart surgery. Is shampoo and conditioner, so have fun with it. And she definitely does. So we saw a lot of that, and it made us kind of think and want to look like edutainment may be the lane for us there. Just doing something a little different, making it fun and light and funny and cool.
I love that. Yeah, definitely want to talk a little bit about because you guys have again done that in the past. I'm curious to know like what that looks like moving into the next year. But you mentioned even briefly your personal experience on TikTok. What has that been like? And what was TikTok maybe before you leaned into it from a personal standpoint, leaning into it now? What's your experience now? Not even thinking about Cantu, but like your
Yeah.
personal TikTok experience.
Yeah, so at first I was like, oh, another platform I have to learn and get into. Like, wait a minute, I'm overwhelmed. I can't do anything else. Hold on. And then I think I just downloaded it and was like, okay, let me just see what it's about. And I can't stay off of it. I'm always researching, I'm always looking for something. I always tell people, like, now I don't even go to Google. I go straight to TikTok. If I want to go out to eat, I'm like, oh, where should I go? Let me go on TikTok and search Charlotte restaurants or something. And you get all these reviews. You get to see the food. You get to see it review what someone thinks about it. Um, Even like new sneakers. I'm a sneaker girl. I always go there, like, to see what's come out, what people are into right now, what women are loving. I feel like it's a lot of information, but also entertainment. funny.
Yeah.
You can always find lighthearted, funny stuff. When I need to decompress from a long day, I go there and I kind of, look for the fun, lighthearted, funny things. And, we have group chats. So me and my friends are like sending things back and forth all day for sure. And TikTok is a very interesting place. So it was one, I just stumbled upon this like young lady. I've never met her before, but she was like going through a breakup and she documented her feelings and what she was feeling each day and how she was feeling and like answering questions. And she like blew up. Like it's so like a personal connection and personal feeling you can kind of get off of TikTok. You can let people into your personal life and into like, excuse me, a little more behind the curtain, I like to say, even with Cantu, wanting to start like integrating us, our team, and who we are, and what we do for the brand into that content so they can understand that we are a Black-led brand and that we are Black women and men make decisions for the brand. And that comes from just that storytelling on TikTok. Anything goes over there. It's very different from any other platform.
Yeah, everything you said, I'm just like hit the nail on the head. Like, yes, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work.
Yeah.
And then even from a personal standpoint, I think all of us were like nervous. Like, okay, social media, we're already on our phones a lot. Like, what could be what's next? You know what I mean? And then all it takes is a download, and then we're there. And then one thing also is that the fact that at least the algorithm for me, it's been exactly the kind of content that I'd want to see. It's like too much of it, but it's all of what I want to see. So, so like hair
that's why
talk
we can stay off of it.
Exactly. So that's so funny that, yeah, that experience and just like the wealth of information on the platform, it's all beneficial. You just have to understand, I want to say balance in a nutshell, because I mean, you'll get lost on that platform. I've been on there, ever since last night looking for this one TikToker that I cannot find again. But yeah, it's been
you have to follow, you have to screenshot when you see someone, because I don't like that either. When you like find someone you like and then it's like they're gone. I can't find them. But yeah, I love the storytelling on TikTok. I love just like how unique everybody is with how they deliver their message. And then, like you said, very informational and educational. If you want to be a content creator, you can go there and see what's trending, learn how to do certain transitions. Like it's very informative for sure.
Yeah, that actually brings me to another question that I was thinking, and it has to do with, I want to say, again, starting with Cantu's involvement or the importance of music when it comes to Cantu's. I know you've done experiential, like outside events, you've done virtual events, even on social, you might have created content that has a music component, knowing that TikTok is very much so like music first, audio in general as well. It's an audio on platform, I think is the way that the platform touts it. What do you think? Is that exciting to know that music can become another huge part of your social strategy? Is that, what does that mean for you?
For sure. Like think about it. When we wash our hair, we have a playlist playing while we're doing our hair, styling our hair, doing our makeup, getting ready for the day. So it all just kind of makes sense and meshes very well together. And it's very funny how like music plays hand in hand with like hair, only because like music videos. So this has always been happening, but it's sort of like short form now. It's songs even with the word Cantu in it. Like rap songs with Cantu in it that we had no idea about until TikTok came along, and we were able to download those and make videos from it. But I think it's awesome. I think it's another great way to educate, but also entertain. A great way we do a lot of wash day playlists on like Instagram and other platforms. So adding that, infusing that into wash days and things that we want to share on TikTok, I think is very important. And challenges, that's something big on TikTok and exciting for us to want to kind of take a deeper dive into in 2022 of using some of those unique sounds, using some of the music that already has the word Cantu in it or talks about braiding my hair with Cantu or twisting my hair with Cantu, and getting really creative with that with influencers and having them create some challenges. So we're excited to see how that plays out. And with those sounds, you can go viral because it's when that music is trending or when those songs, certain songs are trending, and you can find all that out on the app, which I think is like mind blowing as well.
Yeah, I know. The first thing to go quickly back to when I was talking about finding the influencer I couldn't find, they're like, what was the audio? And I was like,
Right. What was the
it was just
sound?
her talking. It was just her talking. They're like,
Oh,
ah.
not gonna find it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
audio helps. A lot of people search audio too. They search the audio. That's how they find other creators, other people they want to kind of tap into. As for brands as well, me, when I'm searching and researching influencers on TikTok for Cantu, a lot of times I do go off of the sound and search off
yeah.
of the sound and locate influencers that way.
I mean, Wash Day playlist, you couldn't have said it a better way because I
That's
mean,
it.
it's not just a 20-minute, 30-minute shower. Like Wash Day is a day.
Right, a full day, okay? A full Sunday, Saturday, whatever day. You need your whole 8 hours or a little bit more if your hair takes longer to dry.
Right.
And you need something to get you through that. You need some music.
Yeah,
So
I see
I
a
think it's a
variety.
great kind of parallel, a great meshes very well. And I'm excited to see what we can do with it.
100%. So
With the
thinking
brand.
about influencer strategies and what you've done in the past, of course, leaning into influencers who celebrate and have, naturally textured hair, whatever your ethnic background might be, so long as you're leaning into that direction, that's kind of been the focal point. How has that influencer strategy kind of crossed over and thinking about TikTokers? And then what generally is it massive influencers that you're looking at? Is it those who might be more like stylist forward? Like, what does your influencer strategy look like? And are you
Yeah,
open?
so we kind of like to mix it up. Yes, having stylists in there that are professionals and can educate and know about hair, the science of hair, but also mixing it in with those influencers of different ethnic backgrounds, like you said, different age groups, but focusing on those crews. So we are in the process of like building crews for different platforms. I think that's helpful. I think when you work with an influencer, you never want it to be a one and done kind of situation. Like you want it to be a long-term kind of partnership or deal. So when their community is looking to them, they know that this is genuine and this is real. This is something this person uses on a regular, and it's not just a one in and out sort of thing. So coming up with Cantu Crews, I like to call them our Cantu Crews for different platforms, and knowing that they specialize in certain platforms, and like they specialize in TikTok, and they know exactly what their audience likes, know what the community likes on TikTok, and working through those crews to educate and to share our voice and our message, and even on the Cantu platform on TikTok, using them in that way to actually educate and talk to consumers through the lens of Cantu. Because we always like to say, like, our community, you are the brand. We always go to our community first with anything. If it's questions about what should come next, if it's questions about how do you use a certain Cantu product, they taught us all about cocktailing. We learned that from our community and made sure we engulfed that and educated them and told them about it even more and brought it to the forefront. So I think, creating our crews and having our crews deliver that message in a very authentic way. And like I said, opening up the curtain a little bit and letting, our consumers and our fans and our followers know who we are as we continue to build this brand. And you'll get to meet Demetria, who's our VP of marketing, and Nakia, who does a great job as our brand director, and Perry over at VP of sales. You'll get to meet like our crew and who we are as people and what we want to do for our community. So I'm very excited on what's to come for TikTok and influential. Always looking out for the Cantu Crew for sure.
I mean, it's such an opportunity, like hair, and again, hair, TikTok, the category, the fact that people already, it's very well recognized brand, like there's the
Mhm.
barrier entry is low. So it's like
Right.
leading into that, influencers are excited. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm already doing this. Why not celebrate this in a way that, I can actually make Cantu can support my revenue stream in my business that I have as an individual content creator, So that's been
and
really
I'm able to share my message and educate other women through Cantu's platform. So even, you talking to those influencers and working with them to share their voice and their message, about it being a little bit more than hair. Like, what's your story? What's your struggle? What are those things that, you went through to get to this point of being so confident and fierce and having this big afro or short afro or locks or braids? Just getting those stories out in really cool, unique ways. So very excited about what's to come.
It's exciting because I also hear in the way that you talk about your experience with influencers, like the importance of the influencer, of course, being authentic, an authentic fan to the brand, and then them being, avid content creators or storytellers in their own right. Would you say that there's also a lower funnel business objective that you've used influencers for example, sales? I know that you've tapped into them for different events in person and things like that. You used influencers in different ways like that as well?
Yeah, so we always use influencers when it comes to even ads, like media ads. Consumers want to see someone who looks like them, who they've seen at events before, or they follow on YouTube, or they connect with in a different way, and not so much of models who they can't relate to. So as far as paid media ads, in-person events, we always like to hire influencers for meet and greets, for conversations where we can talk about how they started, how their hair journey. So we use them in different touch points, not just on digital and social, but in-person events. Yes, within sales, we have them kind of come in when we were in office, and do lunch and learns, because other parts of the business want to be educated and want to learn the influence marketing world as well. So yeah, we have several different touch points, and we use a lot of hairstylists too at events in person. We tap them and work with them as well when it comes to new product development and developing product, and them knowing the science of hair and working on natural hair all day. So yeah, we use influencers in several different ways. As you can see, I came and I'm now over here kind of learning so many different things when it comes to branding, when it comes to creating product and launching product. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm so excited that I can use my expertise and knowledge to just help the brand get to the next level.
100%. I see like a TikTok photo booth or like a virtual booth, at an event.
Oh, yes.
In the next.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. We're already thinking about it and working on it. I think you can make your own video at our booth, something like that. Yeah, and you can just post it on TikTok straight at the event. It's coming. We're excited to be back in person, because that's just a way for us to connect with consumers in a totally different way. And hear their stories and talk to them about their hair and help them, find the right product that works for them. And hear, let them get that one-on-one attention with hairstylists too. That's very important for us. So it's been very hard during COVID, not having those in-person events, but we're excited to get back out there.
I love that. Can we talk a little bit about, I want to say one of the newer launches, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, has been Superfoods collection, right? And then the JBCO. Tell us a little bit about where that came from. I know you've been heavily involved, again, helping the brand understand what your community has wanted, what they're talking about, what engagement has looked like as it relates to product ingredients and what they need for different types of hair. What has that launch showed you guys, and what's that success been like for you?
You go down that YouTube rabbit hole sometimes, and even mixing in the kitchen and talking to friends. And it's you're mixing this and you're using avocado oil, or you're using grapeseed oil, or, different types of oils and butters. Why not like we should make this for them. They should not have to do this at home to put on their hair. So it's like taking that step out and not having consumers having to mix and make what they want at home. And a lot of the foods we eat are also great for our hair, for moisture, for just detangling, for low porosity hair, or high porosity hair. You know, if we have all these different things that we eat that are also great to put on our hair. And just from watching those videos and doing that research and learning about what consumers wanted, and listening to them, that listening part, listening to them, is where the Cantu Avocado Collection came from. That was our first one, which we launched, and it's been wildly successful. It's been amazing. Consumers love it. We have like a full range from shampoo, conditioner, all the way down to curling cream and deep conditioners and masks, with the grapeseed oil, flaxseed. JBCO was something we listened to when our 4C hair girls, they don't want that shrunken look. They want to be able to stretch the hair. What can we do to help them? Also keep the moisture, but also stretch the hair. So that's where our JBCO collection came in, and we were able to help create some solutions. So that one isn't like a full range, but it's some solutions that can help you along your wash day to achieve the look that you want while keeping the hair very moisturized. So our superfoods collection has been wildly successful. We have some new things coming early 2022 that we're very excited about, and I can't wait to share. But yes, that all came from listening to consumers and making
Yeah.
sure we're understanding their needs and meeting them, you know, kind of where they are.
Yeah, I say that because as we were leaning into TikTok, I mean, I want to say people talking about some of those new collections, the timing was like kind of just right, because most of the mentions, I'm thinking like millions of mentions, were about those two new collections and
Yeah,
how
about
they've
the
been like using
avocado.
them. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So, I
Yeah, a
mean,
lot of the
talk about a
mentions were
research
about that.
moment.
Yeah, a lot of like the mentions were about that. Like, did you know Cantu had this new collection? Have you ever tried this new collection from Cantu? Like, so many influencers, so many women and men on TikTok gravitating to those newer collections. And then we were able to come in and work with you guys on some of our, you know, for natural hair products, some of our products that have been around forever and that consumers love and always go to. So we were able to say, yeah, we have this new stuff, but did you know about this as well?
Yeah,
Which I think is really cool. And working with influencers to do that, and
100%.
not more so of like models, when it came to wanting to interact with the audience over on TikTok.
Yeah, it's like it's definitely definitely authentic, and it's really just super genuine, and it's very telling to the way that you guys again approach the way that your message is being portrayed out there. You
Yeah.
know, authenticity is key. Sure, you
Mhm.
can say it. Love the fact that there's an entire crew of people that look like me behind the Cantu brand,
Yes.
but then to also work with influencers, you know, who have their own niche communities, whatever that might be,
Mhm.
music, fashion, you know, food, health and wellness. I think that you guys are have a
Right.
variety of opportunities at your disposal.
Yes, and we always, you know, hair is about beauty is from within. So you have to take care of yourself inside first. If you even want your hair to grow, you're drinking water. What are you eating? Are you working out? So working with different women and men, and not just, you know, beauty and hair influencers or hairstylists, working with women in wellness spaces, and educating, you know, consumers there so they can learn, like, are you putting good things on the inside of your body? Are you taking care of yourself? That's how you're going to see your hair flourish and grow also. So yeah, we love wellness type of events. We just came off of one that was definitely surrounded about around wellness and taking care of yourself and taking a pause. Like oftentimes we, especially right now, we're home, we work, but take that pause and like relax and take that moment for yourself. And know that the work is, we're going to get back there, but you know, you get a second. And that was around our skin therapy collection. So we
Mhm.
have a full line of products, body products now, raw blends and lotions and creams, that also is going to be great for TikTok as well. And
Yeah.
we're just excited about the possibilities.
I mean, the whole self-care moment, that's the rabbit hole I was in earlier this morning on TikTok, because there's just so many, whether it's a life hack, whether it's again about food specifically, you know, fitness, again, knowing my algorithm, it's an opportunity on that platform. And I feel like there's only more to come for sure.
Yes.
I want to lean into some of these questions from the audience. So curious to know, do you have a favorite TikTok video or TikToker? I know you mentioned Kim earlier, but
Yeah, I really like Kim. Oh my God, it's so many. I think she's like the one that I kind of gravitate to when it comes to beauty and hair. When it comes to fashion, I love Daria Underwood on TikTok. She's amazing. Who else I'm thinking? It's a food blogger that I love as well, but her name's Winnie, and she's actually in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you anywhere in the world, she travels all over, and the food just looks so, oh my God, it's so good. So she's another one that I love. And then all the like TikTok comedians, when I need like a good laugh, a crying laugh, my husband sends me them all the time. So we kind of go for those TikTok comedians over there. It's just so amazing how you can really like get on these platforms and just pour into your passion and what you love to do, which can be something very broad or something very unique and different. And how, it's an audience for that. And it's a fan base for it. So
you mentioned it.
And then all my sneaker girls,
girls
obsessed with and have to buy all the sneakers.
You're on there, right? Like we can find you, right?
Yes, I'm on TikTok too. So you can find me on there, Melissa Chanel.
You said it a bit earlier, and I was reading something. It's like, TikTok, your audience kind of becomes like, it's like no judgment zone, and then there's people who are really like end up being invested in whatever you're doing. If you're asking for help, I mean, people are crying on there, like being super vulnerable and being really open and thankful for audiences. So when you mentioned comedy, actually, it's kind of like I've picked up a lot of the more comedic moments sometimes in the comments from people who are like going off of like, if the creator kind of lets them say like, finish this, or what is this for you? Like everyone, no following, never any post, but the funniest one-liners, like TikTok has an audience. They're like, let me lean into this. And it's like, I don't know who you are, but you're hilarious.
They're so good. And sometimes now, like certain TikTokers will take some of those, like that question or those one-liners, and put it like in their next video. They'll just have like a little box up top with those one-liners in it. It's always like hilarious. I'm here for the comment sections too. Live for the comment section,
please. Let's see. Someone's asking, is this where you saw yourself, or where you saw yourself, or what you saw yourself doing a decade ago? Interesting.
Ooh, a decade ago. So I created my blog because it was when I graduated college, it was like a recession. There was no jobs. I couldn't find a job. So it was something that I loved to do. One of my friends, I would get people DMing me on Facebook. Nothing else was around. About, hair and beauty in Cantu. And that's how I kind of just started that on my own, and not knowing kind of that it would create a job for me. So no, this probably is not where I saw myself all those years ago, but I'm excited where I am. I always knew that I wanted to help people in a certain way, like help them feel good, help them look good. So I knew I would do that, but I just didn't know how or where. That would be from working in clothing stores, like, doing different things. But I'm excited where I am now and where I'm going next, and just being with Cantu and being able to use my creative mind a lot and share, and, them trusting me to bring something to life. So having something in my mind and then seeing it in real life is just mind blowing. And I'm fortunate to have a team that trusts me 100% and lets me kind of roll with it and rock out.
I love that. And I know there's a lot of, generally people in the market right now looking for a lot of changes might have been made last year. And so they're looking to lean into what they feel good about, especially if they are working remotely or, wherever they are. A lot of people are doing that. So there's a question, what advice do you have for folks looking to figure out what roles or companies are best for them? What advice would you have for young people getting out there?
Oh, so advice for a company, finding the best fit. Learning what you like to do and what you want to do. Write down your goals and dreams and like what you like. Interact with. I always tell, everyone who kind of asked me about Cantu and how I kind of got started with them, interacting with them. That's my community. That's who I love and where I am, like interacting with them, supporting them, sharing things. But just writing down a list of like who you are and what you want to give, what you want to do, where you see yourself falling in and being active, like being here and talking to us here, being on other platforms where you can find more information about jobs that are opening up or that are coming, going to conferences. That's always a great way to meet people, to network, and just to hear other stories. Sometimes you need to hear other stories to kind of figure out what you want and where you want to be. So definitely do that. Start with that list first and writing those things down of what you like, what you don't like. I always say try different things as well. I've tried so many different jobs from my like early 20s
Same.
to now.
Same.
Yeah, I was able to say, okay, you know what? I really like that. I don't like this. I know that wasn't for me, but I did like this. So maybe this is the path I want to kind of go in. So yeah, and if something isn't out there for you, create it. Like
Yeah.
it's so much opportunity out here for us to create something and then to get noticed from what we create.
100%. And there's a final question. I feel like we might have time for maybe one or two, but as it relates to TikTok, what are you excited about as it relates to some of the innovative features that TikTok will have to offer? So in my opinion, this could be some of the live stuff. There's a lot of data and insights I know that we're gaining there now, but what does that mean for you? Are you excited about that? And in what ways do you feel like that could be fun?
So some of the live stuff, some of the things that they're doing with creators, I really love. Like they, are specifically working with content creators that are in different spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that was something that was there before that anybody was doing. So now they're kind of focusing and working with those creators to help elevate them and help get them to a next level. I think that's very important. Like you said, the live features are going to be awesome. I think the music features are going to like go crazy at some point. It's going to be even more than we can do with music. So I'm really excited about that. And then how brands come to life more on the platform. I think that's exciting to see, and just to see like more, like I said, lifting the curtain and seeing more behind the brand and how they kind of develop products or do different things, or who works for them and who's behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we normally get to see. Growing up, I know I never would have ever seen, anyone who actually worked or did something for, these different companies. So just being able to expose younger generations to that, as well as older generations. I know the conversation before us was like, my mom is like, should I get on TikTok? I don't know. But it's like you open their mind up to so much. And my mom and my grandma is like, oh, I think she's a model. I had to take my mom with me to an event for her to understand like what this girl was and what it is. So I'm like, educating and supporting the older generation and letting them know about these new innovative technologies and tapping into that younger audience so they can see like the possibilities are endless for sure.
Yeah, it's like you said two things, like bridging the gap between like, being able to socialize and talk about these experiences during Christmas or whenever with your family. But then also you mentioned personifying the brand, which couldn't be more important now, especially, storytelling, yes, but who are you as a brand? I think that's awesome.
And I think that's something now that consumers want to know. I want to go into a store and not say, oh, that's Cantu, let me grab some leave-in. But I want to go in there and say like, oh my God, like I get them. They get me. Like that message they shared, or that piece of content. Like I remember that. That storytelling piece again, and being very vulnerable and open. I think, or I saw Melissa on that panel. We're gonna get some Cantu kind of thing. So yeah, I'm excited for the TikTok possibilities, the challenges, the dances. I forgot
Yeah.
to say that. I'm not a dancer, but I do love the moves on TikTok.
You'll see me there trying to use whatever I got left.
Yes, Tiffanie, let me go. I have to go find your dance videos.
So funny. Well, thank you so much for having us, for being with us in general on this panel today. It's been so fun. So much more to come, I know, for Cantu in the future. So this has been great.
Yes. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Cantu Beauty, and get excited because we have some really cool things coming soon. Like I said, we like to do our research first and make sure, a platform works out for us, but we're excited to move forward and do great things over on TikTok in the beauty space. So